Well, welcome back, everybody, to the Team Gap League. We're going to have some playoff action for you all tonight. It is between the Delaware Derby. They're going up against Team BONK. On the cast, you've got myself, Chris Crewman Newman, and joining me tonight is Rylionn himself. Rylionn, how are you feeling?
I am feeling pretty well. How are you feeling tonight, Newman?
Fantastic, man. I'm excited to get into this game. Best of
Yeah,
five tonight, of course, between these squads, and we'll just have to see what's gonna be going on the Rift tonight. Should be fun.
absolutely. I mean, you already know that I'm a sub for Team Purple here. You'll see me in the early parts of the series here, leading up to the finals. So I am not going to be biased. I'm actually probably going to be a little bit more critical of their gameplay overall. But I know that they're going against a really good team, the Delaware Derby. They have done a tremendous job throughout this entire series here so far for silver. So I know it's not going to be easy. And I believe just because of the delay in time for starting here, we actually have one ban taken away from Delaware Derby. So they do have to forfeit their first ban, but the bans have commenced. So let's go ahead and kick that off right now. Who do we got starting off with these bans so far right now, Newman?
Well, it's looking like a Yumi taken off the table by the Delaware Derby and Yorick removed by Team Bonk there. All that criticism, Rylionn, I'm sure will come from a place of love, right?
Oh,
Towards these guys.
absolutely. Nothing but love. They know it all comes from good places, and I love the fact that they're targeting some of these picks as well. I mean, Yumi on Mustard Cat is notorious right now through Silver League, and we hope to see in the Gold League going into the future seasons here for Team Gap. So I'm definitely was expecting that one to be taken away, and it looks like the Kindred here as well for Team Purple. So they definitely have two very top priority picks that I don't blame them in the least bit. Had to get rid of the Yorick and the Echo. Also getting rid of Delaware Derby Team Brown's specialty picks. There, I know they are very comfortable on those champions, and I know those kind of poses a problem overall for most people because I mean, how often do you really go against a Yorick? I mean, he's just gonna sit there split push the entire time, not really group up. He doesn't need to. He's just always going to be that threat, so it's always going to be that 4v4 situation. I know that Bonk or Purple love to fight together. Like, that's definitely something that they love to do.
Well, then definitely, like you're saying, it makes sense to ban away that Yorick. If he's off split pushing in a side lane, then sometimes the best team fighting in the world isn't going to make a difference. That Yorick is taking your Nexus all by himself. So
Absolutely.
that's probably a good ban coming through. And Echo, actually, I like that ban quite a bit as well. It's my personal permaban right now in solo queue there.
Ooh,
A little shout out to the
okay.
Echo ban. But looks like it's going to be the Vayne locked away here for first pick, Rylionn. What do you think about that choice for Delaware Derby? Is that a comfort pick for Hammered?
Yes, Hammered is a very good Vayne player. I've seen them. I think I actually went up against that at one point. We went all the way to game three, I believe, that series. And it was a banger, and I believe Vayne actually wrecked me. That was one of the picks that it was just like, ooh, can't do it. And ooh, with the Kaisa being the answered in return, so that is going to be Transcend, who's going to be the ADC for UWRU here. And Transcend is a very good ADC, 100%. He is carrying on the Kaisa legacy, and the Nocturne pick coming in for Laser Snipe. So they are definitely, I know, like, it's weird. It's like Dwayne Wade commenting on his own alley oop dunk to LeBron James because we have done this combo time and time again, and it's so awesome to like watch it be played because I know what's gonna happen. But the Vayne pick coming in from Hammered is going to be definitely a late game kind of pick. So if they're able to capitalize on that, get her fed a little bit early, it's going to be a great job. And combining that with the Udyr, though, I mean, how do you like? I mean, just from this initial, do you think this is good synergy? Udy, Vayne, like, who would you want to be third? Would you prioritize a mid, support, top? Like, who would you want to go with and then leave for the second round?
In terms of drafting from Delaware Derby's position,
Right.
I mean, I think picking jungle is fine here. You see the Nocturne locked in for the other side. He's most likely going jungle. So, if Rich and Smart likes that Udyr matchup into the Nocturne there, then it makes sense to go ahead and pick it. And that is actually going to be the Veigar picked here as well.
Ooh.
So I guess that's probably must be a priority pick for Moseman here in the mid lane.
Mm.
Or though I don't know, I guess Veigar support is kind of a thing. Is that a possibility?
I mean, I haven't seen it. I would assume that they're gonna go mid, like you said, to capitalize more on the Veigar and the more on the scaling part. So you wouldn't really want to have a Vayne and Veigar in the same. I mean, lane. You could, I mean, you can do the condemn into the wall, so it's an automatic stun, so I guess you could capitalize on that. It's definitely not out of the realm of possibilities, but I love the answer, though, to a lot of the CC that they have currently so far. The Morgana pick, I mean, that just was to be expected, so in case it is Vigar support, which I don't think it is, then that was a great pick to go ahead and stop that from being a very overwhelming threat early on.
And Team BONK, Rylionn, they're just kind of stacking spell shields here. They've got the spell shield on the Nocturne as well as that black shield coming through from the Morgana. So they are just looking to immune as many abilities as possible here.
Yeah, I like that. And
they also have some pretty strong global threat with the Nocturne ultimate as well as that killer instinct from the Kai'Sa. They have potential engage range from pretty far away there.
Yes, sir. And, getting rid of the Malphite, though, like Manny's Malphite top, definitely, I mean, that's understandable. No one likes to see the unstoppable force from the Fog of War. Like, that's one of the most terrifying. No time to react. I mean, it's impossible to dodge, essentially. I mean, unless you're maybe Faker 1 out of 10 times. Like, getting rid of that. The Trundle pick, just making sure that he can't pick anything into a tank. If they do go into a tank top, I like the Trundle ban along with the Anivia. And then finally, though, we have a Graves ban coming in. Interesting. Okay. Graves.
I mean, he's very meta right now, Rylionn. Yeah, he definitely is, and being flexed into multiple positions these days as well. So I'm not sure who on Team Purple has been playing it. Maybe you have some inside knowledge there, but definitely a strong pick right now.
Well, I would assume that's most of the time. He's really strong on Graves jungle. I mean, is he going to solo lanes right now, like mid or top, that I don't know about?
Oh yeah, people are playing him in solo lane.
Oh wow, okay, very nice. I mean, I could see that in Volps's back pocket there. Not gonna lie, he is one of those tricky laners to go up against. So I could see Volps being a Graves heathen right now. If that's definitely in the meta, but it's impossible to really ban him out. So I mean, it looks like they're saving the mid lane for last, possibly for both. Oh, okay, so it might be Vigar support actually. If this is indeed a Zoe mid lane pick, they're hovering it right now. Oh, they're no. I was like, they're not gonna pick the Vex. I don't think they can pick Vex if I'm not mistaken.
Is it not allowed still?
Yeah, I think not. Okay, so Victor. So wow, it is gonna be Vigar support.
Yeah.
Victor mid lane. Interesting. So, all right, leaving it last to Volps though.
Check out all of this scaling on Delaware Derby, man. Vayne, Veigar, Nasus, Victor. Seriously, they just drafted nothing but scaling. It's just scaling all the way down.
The 3 V's of scaling: Victor, Vayne, and Vigar. And then just Nasus and Udyr just over there.
Udyr is just kind of there.
Ooh, I do like the Talon pick into the Victor. The burst is going to be nice into Victor early. The roaming potential that Talon has as well is going to be very nice. Combining that with the Nocturne Paranoia after level 6, it's going to be really difficult to keep track of everybody for like a very short period of time. And he's a very mobile champion. So that's something that, UWRU can definitely capitalize on, that Delaware Derby has to be aware for once they start getting to the middle of the game. But how do you stop them from scaling? Like, you can't.
Another thing too, Rylionn, I'm a little bit concerned for Team BONK's composition here because they're almost all AD. The only magic damage they're going to have here is from the Morgana. I mean, I guess, like, Mundo has a little bit, technically.
Right.
But, like, Nasus and Udyr, if they just stack armor, they're going to get pretty much unkillable.
Yeah. And, I mean, having a Mundo into the tank killer that is Vayne herself, that it's going to be very difficult. So it's going to be up to the Talon and the Nocturne to definitely capitalize, get some kind of CC. Kai'Sa can also jump onto the backline. They have a very heavy, dive comp coming in from Team Purple right now. And once they're able to just pick off the high priorities like the Vayne, I don't think that they're going to have enough sustained damage to really be able to do anything else. Kai'Sa really, I think, is the only one that can deal with Nasus later on. Nocturne could possibly as well, but definitely not Talon, and definitely not Mundo. Morgana is just going to be able to CC him for 100 years, and that's really it. That's all she can do. She's not really damage over time. So it's going to be up to Kai'Sa and Nocturne to deal with Nasus late game if it gets to that. they got to end this one quick coming in from Team Purple for round number 1. If not, it's just going to be losing to scaling. That's really what it comes down to with this comp. But it's so good. Like, Nasus stays in top lane, just sits there, farms and farms. Vygar just Q, everything all day. All the champions, I mean, anyways. So, I mean, what do you do? What would you do if you're a purple side? Like, what would be your priority?
You kind of touched on it a little bit already, Rylionn. I mean, you have the Talon, who's a strong early game roaming champion. I assume the Talon is going to be going into the Victor in that mid lane, so it's going to be really about trying to unlock that Talon to roam around the map, try and pressure the Nasus early before he hits level 6 and has that extra sustain underneath his tower there. You can pressure this champion early on. Victor is not going to have the ability to match you very easily there.
Right.
Vayne is also quite weak early on into the game. Kai'Sa is not the best, AD to try and punish that weak laning, but, you do have a Morgana. If you can land a Black Shield somehow on either the Vayne or the Veigar, then with a, well-timed Talon roam, you could potentially get yourself a nice little lead there, but it's going to be difficult, and like you said, they're absolutely going to have to be proactive in the early game here if they want to stand a chance on the side of Team Purple here in Game 1.
Yep, definitely could not agree more, and I know playing with them, you definitely play on a higher level, but, explain a little bit between, like, playing with your team and then, like, just watching your team along with watching other teams. I'm sure you've, on your level, you've seen your teammates go off and play on other teams, and how is it just watching and just being able to be like, okay, like, how would you say that either helps, improves, or just overall as like a team, or just even individual play, just for the people that might be new here for the game? We have 23 people. Say hello to everyone.
Your question is like, how does watching other teams play like help you improve? Or
yeah, like your own team in general, like watching your own teammates, like just being able to analyze your team, like you've seen their playstyle before, but like just being able to like analyze and see your team and just help improve yourself and your team in general, because you're still on that team. I mean, like, what would you like? How would you? Have you ever had that experience? Like, have you ever casted your own team before and just been like, wow, okay, I can pinpoint certain little things here, and then like later on grow as a team? Because like, this is my team in general, so I definitely want to analyze them and everything, but just from experience in general, like just casting from your point of view, watching different people in the league in general, like how have you grown as a player, not just in silver and gold, but just overall, like how does this help improve you in general?
So you're asking me about the situation that you are in right now is basically what's going on.
Yes,
right,
like do you gain any wisdom? Has this happened to you before? Like, do you gain extra wisdom from playing? Like, I'm trying to improve as a player as well, so I want to gain your expertise, your wisdom as an individual. Like, outside of these people, I'm trying to talk to you as Newman.
I mean, I'm not. My word is not the be all end all of League of Legends. There's a lot about the game that I don't know.
But, just
unfortunately,
from your perspective.
I have not found myself in this particular situation that you're currently in here, Rylionn. I've not had the opportunity to cast my own team's game, but
okay.
I would have to imagine that if you've done VOD reviews with your team before, then it's kind of just like doing that, but you're watching it live. So, it's an opportunity to just kind of see, what your team is good at, what they're bad at, keep an eye out for important moments during the game where there are big swings in momentum or in gold or objectives, anything like that. And just try and figure out how those things happen and what your team could have done differently to get the most out of any given situation.
I started the question differently and it kind of fumbled into something else, so I just went along with that, and it was just like, God, this is a terrible question to ask him, because you're right, this has nothing to do with anything involving anything that's going on right now. But just just looking at also like the comps in general right now, would you go for BONK or Derby in game number 1 here? The early game, if they can capitalize with Nocturne, Kai'Sa, and Talon, they're definitely going to be able to shut down Victor and Vayne, no problem. They can definitely stop them from being able to scale and shut them down early. Or are you going for the late game comp kind of? It's just like, okay, we know that we just have to turtle, We just have to funnel farm and make sure that our priorities, the Vayne and the Gnosis right now, I think is what they want to play around. And just try to tunnel as much as possible. Like, who are you going with comp-wise?
Well, Rylionn, I will say Team Purple, I feel like has more strong meta picks right now, but when it comes to like Silver Elo, really I feel that as games get, more towards that 25, 30, 35 minute mark, it's just pretty common for mistakes to happen. Just team mistakes or individual mistakes of some kind. So games just generally tend to drag out a little bit, and I'm just gonna have to generally favor scaling compositions, and in this kind of situation, especially just the obscene amount of scaling that we have on this Delaware Derby lineup is just as we've mentioned is just pretty ridiculous. But that's kind of who I believe is favored here.
Okay, so yep, going with the scaling type comp. I mean, that's definitely safe. Definitely a safe pick indeed. I mean, all you have to do is just get to past the 25-minute mark, and you are smooth sailing from there essentially. It is going to be interesting though for Vygar to scale up as much as he can potential wise, but I mean, after level 3, like having that cage is going to be a little bit of an issue. I mean, they only have one spell shield on Morgana, so it's going to be if they're both trapped in there, which one's going to unfortunately be taking most of the damage at that point. So
save yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And Mustard Cat is definitely a ADC, please get out of here type thing. So, but Transcend is also not one to leave one behind. So it's going to be one of those things of like, all right, it's going to be some interesting fights all around. And do you expect Udyr to do a lot of invading on the side of Nocturne, like jungle matchup wise? I'm not too familiar with, unfortunately. So is Udi into a Nocturne more of a favored matchup in your opinion? I forgot.
Well, they're both basically just power clearing junglers, Rylionn. Udyr and Nocturne. They both just want to farm their jungle early on. Nocturne really just wants to get towards that level 6 point. But remember here, Rich and Smart did pick the Udyr into Laser Snipe's Nocturne. So clearly, Rich and Smart believes this to be a favorable matchup for the Udyr. I will say the Udyr should definitely be able to outduel the Nocturne in the early game if they do run into each other. Especially for those 3 minute and 15 fights in the river for those Scuttle Crabs. So I think it could be looking pretty good, but the Nocturne has the stronger priority lanes in the early game. So if we see some good collapses, some good coordination from Team Purple, that could definitely swing things in favor of the Spooky Boy there in the.
Okay, no, definitely, and I would want them to try to funnel as much as they can into the mid lane, just so that way Talon has the most roaming potential. Because I would expect him to be able to do the most damage early out of all of the champions. I mean, Kaisa, can definitely capitalize. Having a 7-0 ADC early, no one is going to argue with that, definitely. But just damage output and what Talon is going to be able to do with that early on, I think is going to be able to carry over a lot more. And like you said, to be able to go top, visit Gnosis, I think he has built-in Grievous Wounds, so that is going to help a little bit with those early ganks as well. So I expect to see a lot of the focus coming in to Talon, definitely. And that's where I would expect it to be and hope so. And I'm also a sucker for some early invades. Do you expect either team to do some early invade action, knowing that they have a Vygar and a Morgana at least?
Yeah, I mean the Morgana is really where you'd be looking for any kind of potential early invade true. There. That stun really does last quite a few lifetimes there, even at rank 1. So they could potentially look for something, especially Team Delaware Derby's composition is very, very weak early on. They can't really do much of anything at all, really, at level 1, actually. So, if Team Purple wanted to try something early, they have to start early, might as well start at minute 1. So, It's just going to be 1 more minute on the spectator delay here, guys, before we load onto the Rift for this first match between Team Delaware Derby and Team BONK. But we are going to be going to a short break. But don't go anywhere. Game 1 of tonight's best of 5 starting in just a Welcome back, guys. We're just about ready to go here for our first game of the night. It is going to be, of course, Team Delaware Derby on the blue side, Team BONK on the red. We will see if this early game composition from Team Purple, Team BONK, is able to snowball effectively and close out this first one nice and early. Rylionn, are you ready to unpause here?
Oh, yes, sir, I am. My apologies. I am at 30 seconds already. I thought we were starting right as soon as I was counting down. That's my fault. I thought completely different. So let me go ahead. I can give it a quick old pause real fast. All right, I'm at the
Where are you at now?
40-second mark. Whenever we are good, not to
40
worry
seconds?
at all. Yes, sir.
Okay. On 3, I'm unpausing.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
All right.
All right. 43, 44.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Excellent.
All right, let's see here. Anything spicy coming out? Doesn't seem like too much has happened at level 1. Just a nice 5-point opening, pretty much, from the side of... Oh, here's a delayed invade coming through. Team Purple. They're going to look for it. Dark Binding does connect. Daddy Pacific in some trouble now. Flashing away. Vagar trying to stay alive. Did start Cage. He is going to be able to successfully disengage from this by starting with that E ability. Nicely done, Daddy Pacific. Not sure if he held that skill point or what, but looks like Team Purple, they're not giving up on the play, Rylionn. Laser sniped, and Morgana pushing in towards the red buff here. Is about to spawn. 5 seconds, and those first camps will be up. Nocturne is still hanging around. They really want to try and find something here. But in the end, they will just retreat, and it will be Udyr with a nice little early lead here in the jungle.
Yep, I mean, that slight early, or that slight delayed invade is something that they're definitely known for. So I'm sure that they were kind of expecting, if they did any kind of VOD review, they would have definitely seen that. But I still like the fact that they had the flash burn by Vygar. You know, that's still definitely an early win. Yeah, it's going to kind of delay Nocturne a little bit, Laser, from being able to, you know, he's going to be slightly behind Rich and Smart, which is not a good thing, because Rich and Smart will capitalize heavily on that. You know, this game, it's just about a couple of seconds interval. That's all you need. And oof. Yeah, look at that.
Moseman taking a lot of damage in the mid lane here. Did just tick over to level 2. But he's going to have a hard time farming this. Voltbase is really trying to pressure hard early on here with the Talon. He does have the Conqueror, as it's Noble also taking a lot of damage up here. Mundo landing a lot of those bone saws. Dark Binding down here in bot lane will go wide, but the Conqueror on the Talon means that early game trading won't be quite as effective as it would be as if he had something like the Electrocute, but the Conqueror should help him a little bit later on, maybe trying to take down those tankier targets.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, I like all of the early pressure that they're providing, Purple, onto Delaware Derby, because they know that that's the kind of momentum that they need to just keep this going, because they know that they're going to get outscaled. So they have to try to get these early kills. You know, 3 minutes in, still no first blood, so good on Delaware Derby for, you know, respecting how much damage, especially Talon. You know, Mundo was kind of getting Nasus on the ropes there early on a little bit, more so than I thought. He hit that level 2 a little bit before the Nasus did, but I like what both teams are doing right now. The pressure and, you know, the defensive play that is coming in response from Delaware as well.
We are seeing Nocturne take that topside Scuttle Crab, and look at this, a bot lane, Transcend Virtual and Mustard Cat rotating up into that bot side river. Deny that crab from the Udyr as well. So it will be a crabless start here for Rich and Smart. Very sad for the homeless man there.
Okay.
Jungle.
So, you know, the slight delay that Nocturne had early on made up for it definitely by stealing both of these crabs here right from Udyr's nose. So that's all it takes a little bit. I like also all the vision point. Look at all that vision in top side, leading all the way up. Definitely giving Udyr no room to go ahead and sneak up on anybody. And then the early pink also coming in. I don't know if you saw that right there on the bottom side towards the Dragon's Den, coming in from Mustard Cat early on. So I just love all the vision. Really good points. Both sides very secure, so they can provide that pressure, push up as much as they need to. And they're playing really well early on. Let's see if they can keep this up moving forward. Ooh.
Absolutely, Rylionn. Lots of great vision in the river here for Team Purple here in the early minutes. See if they can keep it up as we do have that first dragon spawning in just about 10 seconds here will be a mountain to start us off here tonight. Ooh. And it looks like there is a ward that expired, I think. I'm not sure if Udyr has been spotted. He's coming in here to attack a part of Manny. Mundo maybe in some trouble. He has the canister to prevent that first bear slap from coming through, but he's running out of HP. But Noble walked a little bit too far forward. The Mundo damage must be respected. And it will be a 1-for-1 in the top lane. But first blood going to Manny.
Unbelievable. Great job. Great job coming in from Manny there. That's definitely not the turnaround that I thought was going to happen. That was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Great job, First Blood. Did give up the kill, in response, but still, that 2v1 situation made the best of what he could do. So great job overall.
And with those numbers committed to the top lane, that gave Nocturne the go-ahead and take that. I just said go-ahead twice. My bad. Okay. But he just... claimed that Mountain Dragon, that first dragon for Team Purple, as that is some good damage onto the Veigar, but that is the cage into the Condemn. Wow. Hammered, laying in the DPS here, but he's taking a lot of damage in return as well, getting ignited here. And there's the heal burn. They're trying to run away from Moseman. Now we've got a teleport coming down from Team Purple.
Very nice.
This is going to be the Mundo joining the play. He's flashing out of the Veigar cage. Daddy Pacific, one more bones off. Man, he gets another kill. Moseman dropping the Chaos Storm, but he's out of mana. He's supposed to flash away now on the Victor. Part of Manny going off right now in the first minutes for Team Purple.
Unreal. That was great work. Great teleport, great flash over the cage. Just, Manny, you're a monster, my friend. You are a monster. And I cannot get confirmation.
He's a doctor.
Yeah, he is a doctor. That's right, not a monster. I just want to get confirmation. Stream is okay. Everything is fine so far. Just want to confirm. Can't do that right now. I don't have the screen
Rich
up.
and Smart is getting collapsed on a little bit. Volpez behind enemy lines, behind that tier 1 turret. New Victor was on a reset, so they're pressuring the Udyr here. They're stealing away his red buff right now, but he's walking back into the jungle, hoping to contest this, but it will be gone before he can get over here. Laser sniped some nice counter jungling, and Daddy Pacific wants to have something to say about this. He's going to stun up the Talon, but he will just have the blast cone to get himself over the wall here. Chaos Storm dropped once again from Moseman, but it's not really going to accomplish much of anything, unfortunately.
Yeah, a lot used, not a lot gained, though, coming in from the side of Delaware there, or a lot of time spent. And I thought Udyr was going to be a little bit of a counter-jungling the Nocturne. Well, me, huh? It turns out to be the other way around. Nocturne is the one that's doing the counter-invading, and, ahead by 11 farm overall. In jungle terms, I hear that is a lot sometimes.
It can be in the early game, for sure.
Ooh, hold on. Got some action in the bot lane there, but direct to camera.
Daddy Pacific getting quite low.
Oh, my.
There is the kill going over to Morgana. Mustard Cat picking up the last hit with a binding there, I do believe. As Nasus continuing to get pushed in up here. He does have the ultimate ready to go now, so not really that diveable anymore.
Not at all.
On the Nasus.
No, but that, still it's doing, they're doing great work. Overall, it could be a lot worse. Noble trying to do what he can in the top side as well. 42 farm to the 47, actually, for Mundo. So even with the teleport out of lane, he wasn't able to capitalize all that much while he was out.
I mean, you see, every time the Mundo is here, he's just shoving these waves into the tower over and over and over again. Nasus can't contest him this early in the game.
Ooh, that Mundo ulti just saving him at the very end there.
I was a little close, yeah.
A little bit too close for cover, but hey, he is Mundo. He has the technology, so is he even worried? But overall, they're doing exactly what they need to. They need to capitalize. Talon was doing pretty good roaming early on, able to capitalize in the jungle there. Nocturne's the one that ended up getting the kill, but still, great job. Daddy Pacific.
That's a nice double stun from Daddy. As Kaisa walking up, but Kaisa has the level 6 hammered. I'm not sure you want this. Vayne is still level 5, and he's tumbling forward. That's the easy flash forward. Transcend Virtual, gonna pick up the last hit, but Moseman with another nice roam down here to the bottom side, and there is the cage. Daddy Pacific sets it up for Moseman to knock it down. Morgana will escape underneath the tower. We got the Paranoia coming down up here in top lane. Udyr will just about get away underneath the tower with that blast cone. Fortunate for him that he had that plant available. But it was a nice kill picked up on bot side for the side of Team Purple. They're up ahead 5-2 in this early game. here, Rylionn.
It is definitely a good one back and forth. I mean, great response from everybody all the way around the map. As the action's going on the bot lane, Victor's going to go ahead and do the roaming down there. Talon's going to go ahead and answer that straight back to top lane. Almost got the kill off onto Udyr, but they were able to bully him out of the jungle, like they said, and, pick up the Rift Herald just like that. So, I mean, they're doing a great job macro-wise, just answering and just responding really well. Great vision all the way across the map. They just know where everyone is, and they're doing a great job just rotating. 2K gold ahead right now. They just have to keep maintaining. That is all. Volp's looking, though, a little bit low on mana, so he can't really do as much as he needs to. Udi also.
Couldn't quite get that wave in. Udyr hovering around in the area right now as well. So a bit of a dangerous situation for the Talon.
Mm-hmm.
He will just go for the reset here, playing it safe. So smart call there from Vulpes, knowing he's not able to get that wave out.
Yeah, this is... I like how Mustard and Transcend both came up to meet them at the Dragon, because he would have started that a little bit earlier. That gave time for Talon and Nocturne to go ahead and reset. They still might lose the Infernal Drake. They definitely are. It's not worth it.
Yeah, they are going to lose it, but that's Victor taking a lot of damage. A nice binding from Mustard, almost able to get a kill there, actually, but Kai'Sa did not have the ultimate available. Oh, and it's Noble opting into the 1v1 here. He's popping the Ghost. He's looking for the solo kill onto the Mundo. That's the flash forced away off of Manny here, and Noble is still going to continue the chase. Still has the Wither, getting a lot of Qs off here.
Oh!
There's the shutdown, just stacks him right underneath the tower. Noble gets a little bit of revenge for himself. Nasus is top dog in top lane.
How many stacks does Nasus have? Let's find out. 180. So 180 stacks is what it takes to beat a
Paranoia. Victor flashing away, but he's still going to get locked down by Laser Snipe there on the Nocturne Flash. Will not save you. But Vulpes getting stunned up by Udyr, just walking into tower range there in the face of Udyr. Gets slapped in the face. Mustard Cat, just gets ulted. Burst down by the Veigar, hammered. Tumbling, trying to go in Viz, but he will be picked off by Transcend eventually here. Now we've got a 1v1 Kai'Sa versus Veigar, but Veigar doesn't have any mana, Rylionn, so we know how this one ends.
Yes,
Daddy Pacific run into the wrong side of the rift right now, and he will go down. In the end, 3 kills now on Transcend's Kai'Sa. Now Laser Snipes, maybe getting caught out here in the river. Moseman on the chase, has the phase rush. The Nocturne is just a little bit speedier.
Oh,
but he's hanging around.
What is he doing?
He's just kind of taking a laser to the face for free. And now we've got a teleport coming down. It's going to be Mundo once again joining the play. Manny's looking for this kill. He's got the damage. He needs one more Bonesaw. He finds it. It's going to be the kill onto the Udyr. Moseman goes down as well. Team Purple extend their lead.
Oh, wow. What a great bait. I mean, we thought Laser was kind of, playing on a fine line there, but he knew exactly what he was doing, setting his team up for a very nice flank from Manny just to go ahead and get the kill onto Udyr, like you had said there, and just setting up for the Rift Herald as well to get these nice plates on bot lane before those expire. Nice healthy gold to those 3, and just you cannot ask for anything more right now out of Team Purple. They're doing a fantastic, fantastic job.
Well, I could have asked for Laser Snipe to drop the Rift Herald in mid lane instead of bot lane, because they would have just gotten the entire turret there, but we can't have everything that we want in life, Rylionn. Yeah, they were not quite able to get that 4th turret plate there. A little bit unlucky for the Talon and the Mundo. And Hammered is trying to get some damage onto this turret, but his support, Veigar, is getting stunned up by this Morgana right now. Mustard Cat, he's getting burst down. Veigar once again with the outplay button. But now Hammered in some trouble. Maybe he turns it around. Nocturne doesn't have the damage to finish off the Vayne there and just gets shot down by those silver bullets. Vayne didn't even have an item yet, but the power of the final hour was enough.
Absolutely, and the cleansing, perfect timing on that fear as well, so she didn't even get affected by that. That was just a really good move coming in from Hammered.
Vulpes just jumps in straight into Moseman, and then he's forced to flash away. Moseman on the chase here. Maybe a Death Ray will kill. Just misses it to the wide left there. Couldn't connect onto Vulpes.
Yeah, they're, like you said, it just takes just a couple of moves to go ahead and stop that, and the scaling is really starting to show right now in terms of the Nasus, and now the Vayne definitely picking up 2 kills, which could have been a pretty easy kill there, but Vayne with just the scaling, the W itself is just, here we go again with Udyr on the top lane.
He is going for the play onto the Mundo, but Mundo is pretty healthy.
Yeah.
He will just pop the ultimate for good measure here. But I think he was fine. This wasn't really in position to follow up on that one.
Nah, can't really do much about the Mundo. He has the Spell Shield now. You know, there's a lot going on. This is Spell Shield City, though, on Team Purple side. Like, they have Morgana, they have Nocturne. It's couldn't ask for anything more. Uh-oh.
Laser sniped, getting sniped a little bit by the laser of Moseman. And that is a binding very nicely dodged away from by Moseman, but he's still taking a lot of damage, and there's the Paranoia!
Yeah!
To finish off the kill, Laser Snipe wants it, and he will find it. Has the fear now to disengage from the Udyr, but look at this Daddy Pacific roaming up from the bottom lane.
Wow.
He's able to clean up the kill onto the Nocturne. He's forced to back away now, though. 3 members strong, still Team Purple in the mid lane there. But it's Noble. The Nessus has a level advantage on the Mundo now, and Manny is about to get stacked once again. We're going for the tower, like one more Q!
No.
And Mundo is just fodder for the Kane. Nessus 2-1 now. Sunderer complete. He is just going to start farming this Mundo.
Unbelievable. I mean, there's so much going on. That was a great cage by Daddy Pacific, though, onto the mid lane there to trap Laser Sniped inside while the tower was just slowly dwindling him away. I know Transcend was focusing the tower as much as possible, and I think Transcend should have just might as well been hitting it while he was there anyways, because it was inside the cage, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, there not much you could do there. You know, now Gnosis is just able to go ahead and push out top lane essentially by himself, not really anybody that one person can go and stop. It's going to take minimum 2 people now, which is going to leave the rest of the map a 4v3, which is not the position you want to be in.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Team Purple does have some tools that they can use. They have the Paranoia, they have the Talon. They're trying to rush down this 3rd dragon right now, but Rich and Smart, he's trying to get into the pit, but he's going to get bound up by the Morgana, and he's just going to get taken out. The Udyr tried to run fast to get in there, but he just ended up face planting straight into a Dark Binding. And goes down once again here. And the Paranoia getting used now. That's a flash away from Hammered. Maybe it's some trouble here. Does have the Vayne ultimate available. Not popping it just yet, though. He will just barely stay alive. Not quite enough skill shots for Team Purple, but they did lock up the Victor there.
There it is.
And that will be a kill. That Morgana binding just lasts so freaking long, man. Moseman couldn't move. Gets taken out for the 5th time this game.
Yeah.
Goes down.
I told you they like to move. They like to move as a unit, definitely, and you could see it in their gameplay. And unfortunately, I don't think that Delaware right now, where they're at, is able to fight them straight up in a 5v5 situation, because they're able to focus Hammer, they're able to focus Moseman as well, and Rich and Smart's just kind of running straight into them and dying immediately. So he's not in a tanky state yet. There's not really a lot of damage absorption that they have like frontline, because they could just plow through it. And 6-1 Kai'Sa, that's looking pretty good right now. Everyone's doing really well right now on the side of Purple.
Yeah, it's a huge shutdown on Transcend Virtual, actually. 600 gold on that Kai'Sa's head. Playing very well so far this game, definitely. Transcend Virtual getting a lot of damage out. That Hail of Blades, that early game rune choice, really seems to be paying off for him. As part of Manny, gonna get found out once again here in the topside river. Mundo in a lot of trouble here. The Paranoia is getting used. We're trying to go for the return kill onto the Udyr. Laser Snipe wants to find something here, but he's just gonna get stacked just like his top lane friend. There's gonna be a kill in the bot lane though, but Morgana taking one too many tower shots, just ends up executing to the tower, but Transcend Virtual will be able to clean up the kill down there. And it was the Nocturne and the Mundo going down on top side. They were able to get the Victor in the end, and it was a double kill in bot lane for the Kai'Sa, but it will be the 2nd Herald going over to Delaware Derby.
Yep, well, this is the first Herald that Delaware Derby has had, I believe, all game, because the first one was given to Laser in the beginning, but the second one is now going on over to Team Brown. But, you know, trading a 2nd Herald, unless you can capitalize on getting maybe a 2nd and a 3rd tower, most people would go for rather a turret than the Rift Herald. So depending on who you're talking to, I guess you could say that the better trade-off. I mean, it was still 3 for 3 on both sides, not really the situation you want to be in. Luckily, Transcend was not one of the 3 that had fallen there. And I think in that engage between Laser, Manny, and Volps, the focus, they weren't on the same person. If Volps and Laser would have both been focused on Udyr, they could have just got him down, then focused their attention onto the next one, but they kind of split off there, and then it just kind of fell apart. Luckily, the double kill was picked up on the bot lane to make that 3-for-3 be at least worth it, and then, of course, the tower that led to that afterwards. Ooh, Mustard. Getting
Mustard
a little bit.
Cat. That was a cheeky attempt onto the blue buff there. Ooh, the Rake also almost getting it, but it will go to the victor in the end.
Very close.
Scuttle Crab gonna go over to the Vayne here. Feel pretty good for Hammered.
Yeah, Dragon's not gonna be up for another minute and a half. But
Daddy
no,
Pacific. Goodbye, sir.
Beautiful.
Just face check the wrong bush, my man.
Yes, sir. I know you're trying to get the priority around Dragon, but you have got to know where the other team is. Not to mention, I believe they did actually have vision inside that bush. How recent is that? No, he just put that there. Never mind. That's the one that cost him his life.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I couldn't tell for a second. I was just like, all right, hold on, let me double check. But yeah.
Oh, the flash binding connects. Moseman slated to go down here once again. Kill credit for laser sniped this time on the Nocturne, and that is going to be a tier 2 turret. Team Purple with a strong push down mid lane here. Nasus is not here. Vayne is not here. Udyr is not here. It's only the support Vigar trying to defend the inhibitor right now. 21 minutes. It's the tier 3 turret at the very least. Going to be going down here. We do see those recalls now coming through as Transcend Virtual looking for the solo kill. One shot hammered. Kaisa, this Transcend Virtual on this Kaisa is going off right now.
Let's go! What a big pick-off by Transcend on the bot lane there. You love to see it. He doesn't even have a collector yet, but he definitely, it looked like he did. That was a lot of damage. Just quick. It was just boom. Now you see me, now you don't. Wow. 10-1 Kaisa. I'm glad he's carrying on the Kaisa legacy. 100%. Oh, man. I'm so proud of you right now, Transcend. You have no idea. But, I believe that, he still does have the Rift Herald, Nasus does, so he did get the advanced recall back to bot lane, or back to base, but it wasn't in time before that tier 3 mid tower fell there, so they do have an open inhib. In this circumstance, though, I personally wouldn't take the inhib, because then you're just essentially free
Dragon number 4. That was Ocean Soul Point going over to Team Purple. No contest.
Oh, no.
Team Delaware Derby, they just weren't in position to fight for that one. Killer Instinct, definitely true to its name right now. Transcend Virtual is definitely a killer right now in this one. He's hunting for dog now. It's Noble, hanging around top lane for the time being. He's on a pink ward, so he knows he's not in vision.
All right, Manny.
And he wants to find this 1v1 against the Mundo, but he has to be careful. Nocturne, he's on the wrong side of the map. The entirety of Team Purple can collapse on this Nasus right now.
Oh, there we go.
There's nothing his team can do to help him. But there comes the paranoia. He's going to get feared up. The Nasus is still pretty big. He's trying to take laser sniped with him. The Nocturne will be forced to flash away. Manny getting extremely low here as well. This raid boss Nasus is extremely difficult to take down. But with 4 members, they will just barely be able to do it.
That's insane. They need to get some kind of grievous wounds. Definitely. He is just healing all over the place. I know that Mundo has the Thorn Mail, but the rest of the team literally has nothing at all. So that doesn't really help him a whole lot in terms of the additional grievous wounds that could be applied. Nocturne has to invest into the Executioner's Blade very, very soon, I would say. As you can clearly tell, straight up damage is just not going to cut it because he is just out healing the damage that you are providing to him.
It just feels kind of bad, right? Nasus is really the only one on the team with lifesteal.
Yep.
Like, Vayne went Kraken Slayer. Veigar and Victor don't have any lifesteal. Udyr has Turtle Stance, but come on, he's Udyr.
Exactly.
Who cares about his healing? It's really just the Nasus.
But you have to respect him enough to do it. It's just one of those things. It's like, all right, we can't just let him hit us, and then that applies to grievous wounds. You know what I mean? And that's only Mundo. He's going to focus on squishies. Oh, wow. Double dodge.
That Dark Binding was very, very close to it sealing Daddy's fate there. There's the Chaos Storm just getting dropped right on Morgana's head here, and that is the stun on a Transcend Virtual with the Kaisa. The Kaisa with a maxed out shutdown gets taken out by Noble. The dog is going to be even bigger now. He didn't even he's popping the ultimate, actually. Yes, he is running forward now towards the tower. Transcend Virtual with a critical error there, giving over the big shutdown to the big dog from the top lane. Yeah. And it looks like Delaware Derby there moving up towards the Baron.
That is the last person that you wanted to have that. Definitely not. All right, those cleavers are starting to hurt a little bit more, though. And he doesn't have ulti available.
And we're trying to contest here. It's a 3v5, Team Purple. This Baron is down to 50%. Nocturne does have Paranoia. Can get into the pit and go for the steal. Can make this a 50-50 as long as they can keep vision. He's popping the Paranoia now. He's going on to the Victor, but Baron has been claimed.
Oh, no.
Laser Sniper wasn't able to get it. He's going to go down here. Volpez Demon trying to take out a couple of these Baron buffs, but he's not going to be able to do it. He takes a silver bullet straight to the face, and Manny, he's left all alone, and the silver bullets will tear right through him. It's a delayed ace and a Baron on top for the Delaware Derby.
Yeah, that is some good teamwork that they had from there. Great peeling, great job from Hammer to get away from both Volps and from Laser, definitely. I mean, that was just insane gameplay. He tried to go ahead and hop onto the Vigar. I don't know why he didn't go into the pit. Maybe he didn't have any vision. I know that they had a red ward inside of the Baron pit itself, so that definitely prevented him from being able to jump inside there. But I just think it may have been a little bit delayed. I definitely would have probably done the Paranoia a little bit earlier, just so that way the team can kind of be a little bit frantic. You have that no vision for like 5 to 7 seconds, and then that's just going to be able to have the team split up, but they just weren't able to capitalize and pick off the correct people or go after the right people, and they just gave up Baron, and unfortunately